welcome to Mojo Story. I'm Akanksha, and today we'll be discussing a significant issue that has been gaining attention: the ongoing student protests at Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law in Patiala. Now, for many days, students have been raising concerns over the actions of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Singh, following the allegations of misconduct, particularly related to a surprise inspection of the girls' hostel that students found intrusive and inappropriate. These protests have gained momentum, with the Punjab State Women Commission even recommending the removal of the Vice Chancellor. To give us more insight into the situation, we are joined today by a student of the university who has been actively involved in the protests. Thank you for joining us today. So let's start by addressing the primary concerns regarding the girls' hostel, right? So there have been allegations of unrestricted entry of male staff into the girls' hostel with sexist remarks and intimidation. So can you give us a little more insight into what happened and why this became a flashpoint of the protest?
So I believe a protest was long pending, but what actually triggered the protest was the incident that took place on a Sunday on 22nd, when the Vice Chancellor of our university entered the girls' hostel without any prior intimation on the pretext that he was there just to check if the room that have been allotted to the first year students is spacious enough or not. But it did not stop there. Firstly, he showed up unannounced, followed by he started entering the rooms of the students who do not even belong to the first year. He started going into the students' room on a different floor, which was problematic because men are not allowed inside the girls' hostel under any condition. So those are the rules in place. Not just that, he even met people, he interacted with people, and he passed certain problematic remarks that triggered this whole issue. He told certain girls that why are you wearing shorts? So he made a lot of such problematic remarks, and it was a Sunday evening. So a lot of girls were using the washrooms, taking showers. So in general, him arriving there unannounced caused a lot of inconvenience and a lot of issues to multiple women. So that has triggered this whole protest as of now.
Right. And how long has this been going on for?
So the protest started on 22nd. It's 28th now. It's been 7 days.
Now, in addition to the inspection incidents, students have also mentioned other forms of misconduct and sexism, right? Could you explain what these experiences have been like for you and other fellow students?
This was not the first instance where certain sexist nature of the VC was showcased. He has in the past made a lot of problematic remarks in general. Like he told one of the PhD students to take up a simpler topic of something concerning to the domestic violence because she won't be able to handle it since she's a woman. And in general, he is very sexist towards women, and that could even reflect through his recent media statements and all the newspaper articles that he has gotten published. In one of the videos, he mentioned that अगर फीमेल फैकल्टी होती तो मैं फिर भी कुछ करता बच्चियों के साथ मैं क्या ही कर लूंगा which is a
Hmm.
very problematic statement in itself. Other than that, in certain newspapers, he tried getting this narrative published that his sole purpose of entering the girls' hostel was to check if people are smoking and drinking,
Hmm.
which and he also added the fact that all the good girls, the well-behaved girls, were inviting me to their room on their own, and there were a lot of girls who were attending classes at that point, all the well-behaved girls. Now, on a Sunday, there are no classes for starters. Other than that, in public fare, he has confessed that his sole reason of coming into the girls' hostel was to check whether the rooms were spacious enough or not. So it is very problematic
Right.
for him to make such statements, knowing that the easiest way to disregard a woman's narrative is to assassinate their character. So he involved the whole smoking and drinking aspect. Other than that, basic things like, let's say, seeking a permission for a teacher's day dance. That also becomes a very hectic task around him because he would say things like problematic things like ये सब तो बहाने हैं लड़कियों को छोटे कपड़े पहन के लड़कों के सामने नाचने के बहाने चाहिए and even when we have certain celebrations, let's say Janmashtami. So the in-time restrictions on women is totally different from that on men. Women get questioned for the same things where men don't need to be accountable. And not just that, he has passed a lot of sexist remarks towards the faculty as well. So this is not the
Have you
first
had a
instance.
direct encounter with him?
Yes, I did, but if I disclose the details of it, then my identity would be disclosed.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, there have also been allegations of attempts to disrupt the peaceful protests, with reports of intimidation tactics being used. Can you tell us what the response has been? And
So the primary intimidation tactic that is being used widely is to threaten kids that there will be consequences if they partake in this protest or if they give any press or media statements. So all the statements so far have been given with people face blurred and things like that because there was this one person who was sort of sloganeering a lot on the day when the VC arrived, and VC indirectly made the member of parliament of his area call his parents to ask him not to participate in the protest. So things like that are happening. Alongside that, a lot of students spent hours decorating posters, making posters, writing slogans, and attaching them those to the academic block. An hour or two later, everyone noticed that all those posters were removed from that place, and it was not done by the guards, which is more
mm,
concerning. So it was probably the faculty. Other than
right.
that,
Mm,
since during the daytime, this, the heat is really uh, there is a lot of heat that is involved because of the sun. So we had rented certain tents. Now the authorities have stopped those tents from coming inside.
mm,
So people are prone to getting heat strokes now. Other than that, the college released two notifications on different dates. When the protest was peaking, they released a notification saying that the college is now shut and everyone who wishes to leave can leave. So a lot of professors left. A lot of they it was like an attempt to break the students, to break the unity, so that certain parents will dial their kids and be like, "Oh, your college is not open. You can come back. You can visit us." Things like that,
how many
just to
days
reduce
have you
the
all been
number.
protesting for?
This is the seventh day right
Okay.
now.
Mm,
And other than that notification, another notification was released very recently that said that the classes are now resuming. So all the batches have boycotted the classes as of now. So that was also an attempt to just divide us, which is, I don't think it's working out.
right. Okay. And despite the tensions, have there been any genuine attempts from the university administration to negotiate with the students?
uh, the university has tried approaching us on two accounts,
Mm,
but the negotiations were not fruitful, mainly because what the college was doing is it was showing disrespect towards the students who were
mm,
uh, sort of representing other students. Only certain students were speaking around them. The faculty was extremely disrespectful towards them, and they were also underplaying our concerns.
mm.
They were making us feel that these concerns are not genuine enough to be raised. So that is why the negotiations did not work out. And I think as of now, our demands are very univocal and straightforward.
Right. Okay. And what are the key demands of the student body at this point? Is there any specific thing that you all want to bring an end to these protests?
Yes, so our most primary demand is resignation of the vice chancellor. Other than that, we want a RGNUL student body association to be in place so that we can take cognizance of other issues that are happening in RGNUL itself. It's not like it's only sexism that is prevalent, that is causing issues, and that is triggering the protest right now. There are a lot of ancillary issues as well. And to take care of each and every issue, we would need a student body.
Absolutely right. Okay. Anything else you would like to add from the fellow students?
So there are certain personal anecdotes, certain personal injustices that has happened to certain students. That is something I would like to rightly point out. So there
Okay.
was this student. He was on a scholarship. So his scholarship was dependent on whether he scores well or not, and his result has to be submitted in order to get access to that scholarship. And the university systematically harassed him so much that every time there was an exam, he was required to take signatures from so many people that he would miss out on 30-40 minutes of his exam. One day he approached the vice chancellor that they are not letting me appear, and vice chancellor told him that तुम जैसे लोगों की अगर औकात नहीं होती तो इतने हाई फाई कॉलेज में क्यों पढ़ने आ जाते हो, कहीं से 3 साल की डिग्री कर लो, तुम जैसे नालायक बच्चे यहाँ मुंह उठा के क्यों आ जाते हो. So these things are very disrespectful. Like
Absolutely.
you cannot disregard someone's merit just because their scholarship is still pending, like the money. So other than
Absolutely.
that, we recently had 4 deaths in our college at around 2 a.m. in the morning. 4 people right outside our college crashed and died. Now during the entirety of that issue, the vice chancellor was did not aid in any way. Not just that, even when 1 minute of silence was being observed for those very people, the vice chancellor chose to walk out. Like it's not that hard to maintain 1 minute of silence. And he passed remarks such as "और निकलो 9 बजे के बाद" और "करो party," which was very insensitive. So it,
Absolutely.
kids are kids are pretty angry on the administration right now, and I think our demands are justified in that regard.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your perspective with us. This is clearly a critical moment for all the students at the university, and we are waiting to see how the administration responds to these serious concerns. But yes, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.